This is Orlando. The Magic have a lot of cap room. Antonio Davis back in. Hopefully, will sit down for the first time.
Orlando, Chicago has a lot of cap room. Now, Christie earlier with the charging violation.
Early in the season, Childs was one of the players, because of his physical nature, the way he approached defense, he had a tough time really adjusting to the new rules, the tighter whistles. He's adjusted very well and played some excellent defense recently.
Houston trying to get on track
Against Curry. Curry not known for his defense. Larry Johnson puts it in.
This is a good running team by LJ.
He's acted very well. He's played some excellent defense recently.
Houston trying to get on track
Against Curry. Curry not known for his defense.
This is a good running team by LJ. Remember the last possession, he was reluctant to shoot. Then missed the shot coming right back through this ball on the baseline.
And Knicks have regained the lead with a 10-2 run. Mcgrady, hop step. Ball's on him. And a foul before the shot. Well, it's the personal. That's his first. And the team's first.
You see the precocious Mcgrady, this kid only second, well, this is third year to the basket in vain, as the Raptors will have it along the side.
Another one of those young kids, his third year, and he's still only about 16 years old. Mcgrady actually will be 21 by the end of the season. He's 20 right now. Mcgrady the runner, and he draws the foul. Wallace will have a very difficult time guarding him out there.
Mcgrady can play the 2 or the 3 position, and that time showing why. Very elusive off the dribble as he went along the baseline. But mediocre shooter from the free throw line. Previously missed 2 consecutive free throws, shooting 67% on the season. He's a native of Florida, just like Carter. And that's why they are cousins.
That's why a lot of talk as well that one team he would be interested in signing with is Orlando. The Magic have a lot of cap room. Antonio Davis back in. Hopefully will sit down for the first time.
Orlando, Chicago has a lot of cap room. I don't know who wants that pressure though going there. Trying to repeat what they've accomplished.
Oakley 5 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds.
Oakley averaging 7 and 7 on the season, but of course those numbers are not indicative of his game, the intangibles that he brings to the game.
Houston fighting through a screen. Ball got deflected. Jeff Van Gundy furious. A lot of contact. Houston now makes his move. The fallback shot puts it in.
Houston exploited Curry in the game in Toronto, and that's why they brought in Mcgrady to try to deny him. Good move that time on Curry.
3.5 remaining in the second quarter. Curry off the screen. Little fake, still puts it up, knocks it down.
Curry got a quick release. He doesn't really jump. Shooting more of a set shot, so draining that
one of the veterans. This team a nice mixture of young stars and some good experienced veterans. Blocked by Curry.
Yeah, good help by Davis as well.
Bogues on a pull-up. Muggsy Bogues knocks down the shot. A technical foul has been called. I believe it's against Jeff Van Gundy. He is screaming at Donnie Madden.
But he's running away. He can ill afford to get another. You better take your seat and chill out.
So now they call a technical on Allen Houston, and that is a shock. Van Gundy was screaming. Madden just signaled technical, and that was it.
You talk about 2 unflappable people, Houston and Van Gundy. And Van Gundy, you saw him erupting. And Houston again, very taciturn. What did he say?
Whatever it was, Donnie Madden handing it out.
And it cost him $500.
Ewing. 7 on the shot clock. Houston, and there's a foul on Curry. And a sarcastic cheer for the Garden crowd. And we'll have a timeout. Third team foul against the Raptors. Knicks will inbound when we return. They're down 4 here in the second. Trailing by 4, Allen Houston, a rare technical foul. He'd been getting banged around a little bit. Well, this time, this one looked like a clean block. But as he ran up the floor, had words with Don Vadden. Vadden waited till the play ended and then gave the technical foul.
And watch Van Gundy erupt right here. A pugnacious Van Gundy, cantankerous. And now he's composed. That's the Jeff that we know. The other guy, I don't know who that was.
Ewing, quick shot. It's good. Patrick Ewing puts it in. Knicks within 2. Ewing 3 of 7 from the field. Ewing with a couple of assists already.
See the 1-4 offense here, folks. They want to run along the baseline, freeing up their guys to shoot the jumpers.
McGrady shoots the jumper. That won't go. Ewing, the rebound knocked out of his hands, but Houston right there to help.
The Knicks more of a 2-3 type of offense, more of a pro set offense that they're running right now.
Curry is on Sprewell. Knicks want to take it, that matchup, take advantage. Again, Curry not known for his defense. Ewing falling down, puts it in. Patrick Ewing.
2 consecutive hoops now for Ewing, both coming along the baseline.
And with 2 minutes remaining, all tied up here in the second quarter.
They want Willis. He has a hook shot in there right now, 8 feet away.
Willis, the little jump, won't go. McGrady, the rebound. Back up, that won't go. Knocked away. And a loose ball foul called against the Knicks. Just their 3rd team foul as Larry Johnson picks up his first.
Should be none shooting. McGrady has to learn when he's under the basket, man, he's got to come away with a basket or a foul or both. So that time throwing up an ill-advised shot and then drawing the foul, so the Raptors will have it along the side.
McGrady, Muggsy Bogues, Del Curry, Willis, and Antonio Davis out there right now.
So the Knicks now 14 fouls, none to give.
Curry, again, the quick catch and shoot. Childs the rebound.
Ewing sprinting back.
Sprewell gets in, back out Childs.
Back to LJ.
Nice feed of Johnson. Kind of a delayed trailer.
Yeah, they had everybody over on the right side, and LJ went the opposite way, the weak side, and he was the recipient of the good stuff.
Fine recognition from Childs, who has 3 assists, no turnovers, and 8 points here in the first half. Knicks back up by 2. Johnson fronting Antonio Davis. Ewing comes to help on defense, and that forces the turnover.
The Raptors stumbling and bumbling down the stretch. So let's take a look at Childs right here. Watch LJ go back door. No one there. So LJ's slamming and jamming.
The Raptors just kind of staring, watching the runaway train. Under a minute remaining in the first half.
So Ewing has 2 consecutive hoops.
And a whistle on Willis. Second foul on Willis. And the Raptors first in the last 2 minutes. Next one will be the penalty.
So the Knicks will have it out along the side.
For those unaware of that rule, you get 5 team fouls and you're in the penalty in a quarter. But regardless of how many you have prior to the last 2 minutes, you're only allowed 2 fouls in the last 2 minutes.
Carter back in the game, and he creates the foul. They are not related. This guy related to Chris Carter, the wide receiver for the Vikings.
By the way, in case you're wondering, Allen Houston, that was his 3rd career technical, 2nd with the Knicks. So you rarely see him lose his temper. Sprewell hits the first. Kurt Thomas will check in. And smart move from Jeff Van Gundy, not letting Patrick Ewing pick up his 3rd before the half.
Ewing very efficient on the offense. Early on, bedeviled by foul rolls, relegated to the bench, but was an impact player down the stretch of this one. 2 consecutive baskets for Ewing.
9 points, 5 boards, and a couple of assists. By the way, just a correction on the Houston technical. That's his career 4th. Still a small number. Curry fires away. That won't go. Johnson the rebound. Knicks now up by 4. This has been a seesaw game. Knicks stormed out, went up by 9. Raptors came back hard, went up by 8. Now the Knicks with a 4-point lead.
They want Houston. Curry has not had success in denying him.
Houston fires long. Vince Carter the rebound. Shot clock turned off.
Carter averages 6 bounds to go with his 24 points.
Which Carter wanting him to hold for the final shot, and they will.
They want Willis. Look at Thomas forcing him on the perimeter.
Del Curry fires a 3. Off the mark. Tipped in, but waved off. Antonio Davis, a loose ball foul. Or they count the basket. Yes, they discount the basket, the foul on Antonio Davis. Larry Johnson actually raised his hand as to say, my personal.
Now LJ will shoot. So serendipity for LJ. He thought he was the culprit, but now he will be the beneficiary as he goes to the line to shoot 2. So Curry has been misfiring. He's missed his last 4 shots.
So the foul on Antonio Davis is his 2nd.
So LJ, after a dramatic dunk, looking for 2 from 15 feet away.
Johnson short on the first. Coming up the Tri-State Jeep halftime report. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep dealer Deb Kaufman at the sports desk. Al will have John Andres with the first half highlights.
We miss you, Deb. So LJ is 74% shooter, looking to capitalize on his second attempt.
And Johnson hits both. Final seconds of the first half.
Bogues in a hurry.
Puts it up and nearly goes in. So the seesaw battle here in the first half. And the Knicks finish strong here in the second quarter with a 9-0 run. Vince Carter, the strong start, but the Knicks again finish up well. Halftime at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks 47 and the Raptors 42. Plenty more to come with halftime activities after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Summer Sanders. Happy birthday, MSG. 30 years old.
I like to be political, but
30 years old.
I like to be political, but they were politically correct this time.
Larry Johnson, one of those who agreed. Johnson with 7 points in the first half. Allen Houston, meanwhile,
with the technical.
a rare technical is mentioned.
Hey, Mike, you know, I never had a technical. You know, I never.
We know the reason why.
Yeah, I was too cheap.
And they weren't that expensive back then.
$25. Hey, if I have to pay, I'll keep my mouth shut.
And there's the shooting numbers. Again, it was a seesaw battle. Rebounds, Knicks doing a good job in that area. Points to the paint as well. But the Knicks led by 9 early. The Raptors went on a 16-3 run. They went up by 8. And now the Knicks by 5 as we start the third.
Ewing going against the Oak Man.
Ewing rushed it. Thomas, the offensive rebound. About 5 head fakes. Misses. And Oakley boxing out, grabs the board.
So Oakley averages 7 bounds to go with his 7 points. He's been quiet, though. The first quarter pretty quiet for the Oak Man.
Knicks once again starting the big backcourt with Houston and Sprewell. Johnson on Carter now.
Yeah, good double.
Christie for 3. Christie short. Ewing hauls down the rebound.
Better defensive effort that time by Houston, getting a hand in his face, which he was not doing in the first quarter.
In this 2-guard offense with Sprewell and Houston in the starting backcourt, Sprewell usually is the one that brings it up as Johnson hits the shot, although Houston has done as well.
So LJ ignited after going back door with the dunk shot. So LJ started to find the range.
Vince Carter is really limping as he runs up the floor. And grimacing as well.
He's been hit in the nose by Oakley, and now something else ailing Carter.
This is his leg as Mcgrady steps back. Shot way off. Johnson the rebound. There's Carter again, really limping.
After the stupendous shooting in the first half for the Raptors, that's more to their liking there. Not necessarily air balls, but very erratic shooters from the perimeter.
Kurt Thomas wanted him because he was guarding him. Ewing kicks it out. Good ball movement this time. Sprewell wide open 3. Off the mark. Christie the rebound.
Yeah, dazzling passing, but nothing to show.
Carter not looking to the bench to come out of the game. Falling back now and puts it in. Obviously, handling that poorly.
The knee only hurts on the defense, Mike. You know that.
He's holding his his upper leg on the right side, but something's really bothering him.
Like he's shaking it off.
Right thigh seems to be the area as Thomas is fouled. They call it on Mcgrady. 3 on Mcgrady, who doesn't agree, obviously.
So Mcgrady in the running for 6th Man of the Year award. So he's averaging 14 points, 5 bounds, almost 2 block shots coming off the bench for the Raptors.
Marcus Camby up for that as well. Camby, though, still out with the knee injury. He has said he wants to come back next Monday in Miami. And you see Carter still having some problems, although that would be very optimistic to see Camby come back next Monday. But he's working hard at his rehab.
Right, and the way the team is playing, it would be foolish for the Knicks to rush him back.
Camby and Tom Thibodeau as Thomas hits a pair. Knicks back up by 7. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Knicks trying to win their 4th in a row. Raptors trying to stop a 3-game losing streak. And a whistle away from the ball. Kurt Thomas. That's his first.
Both teams very stagnant on the offense now. Very little ball movement. Guys just standing around, and that's when you're prone to fouls.
Thomas having a pleasant chat with the official. We've seen him certainly get riled up. That time apparently agreeing with the call.
Christie looking to post.
Or maybe agreeing to disagree. Oakley from outside. Charles Oakley hits another. He had a three-pointer in the first half. And the Knicks lead cut to 5. Crowd a little laid back early as we start the third. They actually booed the Knicks at one point in the second when they had a bad stretch. Larry Johnson. Ewing couldn't handle a pass, and Christie picks it up. 6th turnover for the Knicks.
Oakley's open again.
Ewing goes sprawling, lost his balance. Somebody's open. McGrady winds up with it.
McGrady with that tomahawk slam as Ewing was on the floor. Oakley had an open shot. McGrady had a better one.
3-point Knick lead. 3 minutes gone by in the third.
So excellent resiliency by both teams early on in the first half. The Knicks were languishing, and they were able to get back into the lead.
It's been a game of runs. You can say that about almost any NBA game, but this is certainly more than the norm. Johnson. Ewing. Nice fake. Now puts it up. Shot no good. Christie the board.
So you can see the Raptors now with the momentum. A little more pep in their step.
Christie getting fancy. Oakley. Ewing runs at him. And Kurt Thomas hauls it down.
Sprewell very exuberant in the first half off the dribble against Carter. Some dazzling swoops to the hoops by Spree.
He's the Knick leading scorer with 11.
He's open now.
Oakley's on him. Sprewell across the lane. Johnson for 3. That's good. Larry Johnson from downtown. Where this season he's shooting at a 35% clip.
So LJ providing the offensive punch.
Johnson having a very solid all-around game. He's got 12 with also 4 rebounds.
Yeah, he's averaging about 11 on the season. Now the steal by LJ. So LJ omnipresent.
Sprewell makes the charge. Davis picks him up. Ball deflected. And I'm starting to say earlier, and he committed a foul, but Antonio Davis, his help defense is excellent, and they put him out front on the rotations and the traps. And for a guy his size, he's got excellent quickness.
Davis 6'9", 230.
And a timeout call by Jeff Van Gundy. Just over 7.5 remaining in the third. The Knick lead is 6.
By Patrick making him change the shot.
A little too much English on it. Sprewell makes his move, knocked away from behind by Christie. And the Knicks will inbound.
And that's a good defensive move, you young players out there. If you have guys under the basket, your man penetrate, you can't reach from behind because you have guys to protect you. So that's what Christie did on that play.
Christie over the last 3 years has more steals than anyone in the NBA. Ewing, nice move inside. And Patrick Ewing put the Knicks up 6.
So good manipulation by the 7-foot Ewing. So Ewing reached another milestone in the previous game. Now the 16th, ranked 16th in the scoring history of the NBA, surpassing Elgin Baylor.
He's got 11 points tonight on 5 of 11 from the field. McGrady left open. And Ewing the rebound.
McGrady, a mediocre perimeter shooter.
He's improved on that when he first came in the league. Most of his points down low. Houston makes his move, now pulls back, fires, shot in and out. Rebound Kurt Thomas, but he can't control it. And the Raptors will take over.
Christie does a good job against Allen. Allen has been frustrated in the game getting a technical previously. Also, Christie scored 12 points in the first quarter.
Davis.
Now they want Christie along the baseline.
Posting up on Houston, instead blows by him. Shot blocked by Ewing, but a foul. Ewing unhappy with the call. Comes out to talk to Randy Mott. Rodney Mott, excuse me. That's his third.
Houston is the culprit. Houston allowed Christie to go along the baseline. Ewing helping out. So watch Doug. See Allen giving him the baseline. There he goes. Ewing there. And Patrick charged with the foul.
You may have a legitimate beef there as Ewing pretty much stayed straight. Christie kind of backing in to find some angle on the bank shot. Initiated the contact. And Christie's first one is good.
Christie an 80% shooter. Both these teams among the leaders in their prowess from the line, shooting 76% are the Knicks and the Raptors from the free throw line.
See the band-aid on his face. We're told that it's happened during the All-Star break. A spider bite.
Yeah, he had it the last time we saw them play.
Thomas is fouled. Kurt Thomas using the head fakes very effectively. Draws the personal. And they're going to say before the shot, which is the case. So they'll take it out. That's only the second team foul, first on Oakley.
And that was good denial by the Raptors that time. So the Knicks will only take the ball out of bounds rather than go to the line. Again, a lull in the action. We've had some drama, but not much lately.
Houston to Ewing. Patrick Ewing puts it in.
So good creativity by Houston to find Ewing along the baseline.
Ewing now 13 points, 7 assists for Houston. That's his 4th assist. 7 rebounds for Ewing, that is. Knicks back up by 6. It's been a bit of a strange game because, again, although NBA games always have these runs, it's like teams go 5 or 6 minutes playing well, and then the other team bounces back. Thomas the rebound, more than the norm.
The Raptors just standing around now, not a cohesive unit. I don't know what's wrong with Spree, folks. I mentioned he's not looking to shoot the ball.
Ewing against Oakley. Ewing across the lane, stripped and fouled. Mcgrady, or check that, Antonio Davis trying to come in and help out. And that's who they call the foul on.
Ewing causing mayhem for the Raptors now. Previously along the baseline with a jumper. And this time watch him just manipulating inside against the Oak man. See what Ewing did there? He protected the ball with his body. He has a tendency not to do that, especially when he's being guarded by Oakley. Oakley usually smacks it away.
Ewing hits first. He has had a great stretch here at Madison Square Garden, shooting the ball well. The last 5 games, averaging the double-double, plus over 2 blocks a game. And on his way to a double-double here tonight. And timeout call with 5:06 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Knicks, Christie. The Knicks, Christie looking for Carter. Carter against Larry Johnson. Puts it up, shot no good. Oakley the offensive rebound. By the way, we went over and asked the Raptors about the injury to Carter, and they said nothing. So apparently he's okay and is certainly moving better.
Carter wants another opportunity.
And a whistle. And a foul called against Kurt Thomas.
He and Oakley jockeying and jostling for a position that time. Previously, Oakley got the offensive bounds, so this time Thomas too zealous, charged with the foul.
Thomas and Oakley chatting amongst themselves. Thomas appearing to take it well. At least the calls against him.
They're trying to get Carter going. LJ will hear none of it.
Johnson, excellent job keeping him in front. Carter short, Thomas the rebound. That's where Johnson is good because he has the strength in the post, and he's just a smart defender on the perimeter. It's hard to blow right by him.
And now he's galvanized, accepting the challenge of denying some prolific scorers. Jalen Rose, and now holding Carter.
Ewing puts it in. Patrick Ewing fighting against Charles Oakley. 8 straight points for Ewing.
Acrobatic move that time by Ewing along the baseline.
Houston on Christie. Knicks up by 10, their largest lead of the game. Carter that time gets by Johnson. And Ewing comes over and commits the foul. Ewing now with 4. So Ewing having a strong game, but will have to sit for a few minutes after picking up his 4th personal.
That's why you should know better than that after 15 seasons. Once you get it going, don't create the foul that will take you out of the game. He had 2 early in the 1st quarter. That relegated him to the bench. So he's headed that way now as Childs is getting ready to check in.
Carter to the free throw line for the first time. And hits that.
Carter, after a nasty dunk shot, his game has plummeted. Nothing since until this free throw. Ewing cheers and applause as he goes to the bench. The previous game, they were serenading Ewing. Patrick Ewing. So the fans now finally appreciating what this man has meant to the Knicks over all these seasons.
17 points, 7 rebounds tonight for Ewing. Knick lead is 8. Vince Carter now with 13 points, and he has 7 assists. Johnson, Kurt Thomas, and then 3 guards. Sprewell, Houston, and Childs. Johnson flips it up, doesn't get the roll. Knocked out of bounds by Kurt Thomas. Knicks with a very small lineup. Crowd oohing about something they saw up on the Garden Vision, but did not see it. And there you see the Raptors over 5.5 minutes without a field goal. They'd missed their last 6 shots from the field.
That's why they are an erratic team. Christie inside.
Kurt Thomas came over to help and picks up yet another foul. Kurt Thomas now has 4. He did not have any at halftime.
So Christie posting up Childs. Christie 6'6", Childs 6'3". So then Thomas, oh, right there, Thomas and Oakley bumping each other.
Christie hits the first. So Thomas has picked up 4 fouls in less than 9 minutes here in this fourth quarter. Will sit and Andrew Lang back in.
Early in the season, he was bewitched by foul woes, but when he's not in foul trouble, he can be a dominant player for the Knicks.
Third quarter, that is, as Christie hits the second free throw.
So the Knicks in the penalty now. No more fouls for them.
Just under 3.5 left in the third. Childs penetrates, kicks it out. Houston, that's a 2. Off the mark. Long rebound, Carter.
Good transition by the Knicks. Spree is back.
Sprewell keeps Carter in front of him. Carter still puts it in.
Nice shake and bake by Carter about 15 feet away.
15 for Carter. Nick Lee cut to 4 as the Raptors have scored 6 in a row.
Yeah, they've been persistent throughout the game. And now you can see they've tightened up their defense. Backdoor.
Sprewell draws the foul, executed perfectly between Childs and Sprewell. And Latrell Sprewell will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good ESP because Spree came on the perimeter. When you're like 12 to 15 feet away, you can't front. See Carter fronting? You're vulnerable to the back door. You can only front guys when they're 6 to 8 feet, 9 feet under the basket.
And then you saw Oakley and Antonio Davis helping out on defense. The foul, by the way, was on Oakley, his second.
Spree still not looking to shoot the ball. As I mentioned, only 1 shot here in the third quarter.
Yep, that was just his second attempt, which obviously won't count.
As he led the team in scoring at the half, he had 11 points.
Knicks by 6, just over 2.5 left in the third.
Remember, the Knicks in the penalty have to play D with their feet, not their hands.
Carter again pulling up. Vince Carter, his outside jumper when it's going.
It's sweet. Sweet and smooth.
You know, again, as you said last time, Clyde, and you don't want to compare every guy to Jordan, but his jump shot at this stage in his career is better than Michael Jordan's was in his second year.
He's a good defender now on Spree.
Lang flips it up. Shot no good. Antonio Davis.
As Carter get a step, Spree was going for the steal.
And Carter again puts it in.
Carter tantalizing somebody in the stands. 3 consecutive hoops now for Carter. All have come from about 15 feet away.
And it's a 2-point game with under 2 to play in the third. Carter really starting to light it up. He's got 10 points in the period.
Now the double on Houston.
Ball deflected by Mcgrady, and Sprewell tipped it as well.
Yep, so the Raptors will bring it up.
8th turnover. Carter has played so well against the Knicks in the first 2 games. In fact, when the Knicks went up by 15 in the fourth quarter in the game here at the Garden early in the season, Carter nearly by himself came back and won it.
He's averaging 32 points a game against the Knicks in those 2 contests. Had 36 in one of those.
And certainly feeling it right now. Carter makes his move. Foul. Shots good. And one. Vince Carter putting on a show here in the third.
Carter has become omnipotent. Efficient with the perimeter shot. This time going along the baseline. Undaunted by the hack by the Knicks. Watch him go up baseline. Watch the hack right there. To no avail as he swooped to the hoop. He will shoot one as well. Childs should have been on the outside of Christie. He came on the inside. That's why Carter was open.
Johnson, the foul, his second. And the Raptors have tied it up on a 12-2 run. That's who Carter's been looking at, LL Cool J.
After he's been making the baskets. So Cool J taking the place of Spike Lee and harassing him.
Well, Vince Carter now with 12 points in the period, 21 for the game. And again, he also has 7 assists.
So what's happening now is Mike mentioned early in the game, when Carter's on cannon that jumper, you must come up to deny it. And when you do that, you're vulnerable to the dribble penetration, as we just saw.
Tomorrow, it's a 7:30 face-off. Devils and the Habs on Fox Sports Net. On Friday, Rangers and Sabres, 7 o'clock on Metro Guide. While here on MSG, Knicks and the Suns tip off 8 o'clock. On Saturday, Fox Sports Net will have the Islanders and the Flyers, 7 o'clock start there. And also Saturday on Metro Guide, Nets and Hornets at 7:30, all coming up this week.
So Carter's antics now propelling the Raptors into a tie. He can put them into the lead if he can make the free throw. Excellent shooter at 79%.
And Toronto regains the lead. They trailed by 10 just a short time ago. but a 13-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes.
Most of those by Carter.
Sprewell with Carter on him.
Now Spree looking to retaliate.
Almost gets the bounce. Johnson tips it right to Mcgrady.
And they want Carter again. They're going to keep it on him, of course. Christie has a mismatch inside.
Childs trying to front him. Good post defense from Childs. They lob it up top. Christie's doubled by Lang. Oakley gets fancy. Carter able to get it. Carter in the lane. Puts it in again. Vince Carter now in the last 11 Raptor points.
Carter, 45% shooter, but shooting 100% right now as he is not missed.
Larry Johnson. Final minute of the third. Illegal defense against the Raptors.
That's their second.
So a technical foul.
So who will shoot? Houston, 82% shooter. Childs, 86, as well as Spree. So Houston will go to the line. Look at the good hands by Carter and the composure rising above the Knicks for that hoop.
Houston hitting the technical. Knicks down 38 seconds remain in the second.
So basketball is a game of improvisation, and that's what Carter has. He likes to create off the dribble, kind of make up plays as he goes. And that's why he's so difficult to defend.
John Wallace back in the game, and the Knicks turn it over. Wallace took his eyes off it.
Good sleight of hand by the Raptors. So previously they forced one off of Sprewell, so they will bring it up.
Allen Houston tried to tell Chris Childs something. Childs appeared to wave him off. Christie, short ball picked up by Oakley.
See, Carter's 30 feet away now. They can double him out there. Not a threat from there.
Mcgrady makes his move, leans in, shot short. Mcgrady on the follow.
So the Knicks now, the athleticism of this young team starting to vex the Knicks. So the Cousins starting to put on a show.
Allen Houston.
Oakley blocked him, but it went in anyway.
He draped all over Houston, and he put it in. Final seconds of what's been a wild third quarter. Christie making the run, puts it up. Shot's good at the buzzer. Doug Christie, a circus shot. And the Toronto Raptors, a 19-5 run in the final 4 minutes of the period.
An invigorating third quarter. You see Carter and then Christie ended it dramatically as he drove along the baseline and draining a jumper.
Then he blesses himself. I don't get it. First you taunt, then you bless yourself. There's a contradiction there somewhere.
Christie with the foul now. Too zealous trying to deny Spree.
And that's the fourth foul against Christie. And a timeout. Just over 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Knicks down by 6. And right now the Knicks come on the floor with Childs, Ewing, Sprewell, Houston, and Thomas. Carter, by the way, not only with the 24 points, he has tied his career high with 9 assists. Sprewell against Oakley. Gets away. Shot short. Ewing's tip is good. Ewing with 19.
No one boxed him out. Carter was standing there as to get a body into Ewing. So Ewing at 7 feet going over to 6'6" Carter.
Nearly 2.5 gone by in the fourth.
Oakley, a good passer. They're keeping him on the perimeter.
Christie. And a foul on the inbound or on the entry pass.
Yeah, they keep posting up Childs. He's the culprit.
Second foul on Childs.
Yeah, Christie doing a nice job posting him up.
Second team foul.
So what's going to start happening? The Knicks going to have to double team that mismatch, and that's going to leave guys open on the perimeter.
Childs complaining to referee Rodney Mott. Childs already has a technical foul, so he'd be ejected if he picked up another. Christie, double team, fires away. Shot won't go. John Thomas just pushed off Ewing to get the rebound. So a loose ball foul against John Thomas. 3 fouls on Thomas in just 8 minutes.
Thomas started the game and was plagued by fouls. Previously, Christie made the shot. Misfiring on this one. There you saw the blatant push by Thomas.
Knicks down 4, still early in the fourth.
Where's Houston? Houston has to start trying to get into the game.
Ewing spins against Oakley. Oakley deflects it out of bounds. Nice play from Oakley as Ewing smiles.
Because Ewing did not protect the ball with his body.
9 on the shot clock. Oakley has certainly seen those moves in practice many, many times. And now in games, obviously.
Spree was open along the baseline.
Gets the pass, puts it up, shot no good. Kurt Thomas deflects it out of bounds, and it's Toronto ball.
Spree was open earlier. They did not see him, and then he had to rush the shot as Carter was converging on him.
Just over 3 minutes gone by in the fourth. The Raptors came in losers of 3 in a row, but have been up to the task here on the Garden floor tonight. Led by Vince Carter and Doug Christie. Same two who really hurt the Knicks last week.
Carter now has a one-on-one opportunity.
Carter flips it up. Not a good shot, but the foul. That misses. The ball tipped out again.
And Carter's underneath.
And slams it with Ewing coming at him.
Yeah, second effort that time by the Raptors. Good pass by Christie to find Carter.
Carter with some words afterwards. Carter does a lot of posing after some of the shots, which I don't know if a lot of people are big fans of. Thomas finding the Spree well. Ewing inside draws the foul.
Good two-man game by Spree and Ewing. So Ewing early in his career was not a good pick and roll guy, but going there, watch Carter. Watch the quickness by Carter. He's up there, he misses that one. He carries out to Christie. Good look inside to Carter, and another jam for the NBA slam dunk champion.
That last foul as Ewing hits it is on Oakley, his third. Ewing now with 20 points.
So that's the pick and roll play we alluded to. Oakley going in the air, Ewing taking advantage.
Ewing hits another, and yet another milestone for Ewing as he moves up on the NBA's all-time scoring list with that free throw. He's now in 15th place as he just passes, as you see, Adrian Dantley.
Now Robert Parrish, the chief, will be next for Patrick Ewing.
Mcgrady on a pull-up. Shot goes in, gets the friendly roll, and the crowd once again applauding Patrick Ewing, applauding him as they put it up on the message board on Garden Vision.
Ewing posted inside, looking for more.
Wants to take Oakley. Ewing spinning inside, puts it in. Power move for Patrick Ewing.
And you saw how he protected the ball that time with his body, shaking left and then coming back right, overwhelming the open man.
23 for Ewing.
And the crowd becoming a factor now.
Ewing yelling at Mcgrady to use the screen. Or Oakley, that is. Oakley now puts it up. That's good. Charles Oakley knocks down the jumper.
A momentous hoop for the Oak man. So that silenced the crowd.
Knicks trying to defend. The intensity's there, but the Raptors hitting their shots, and Jeff Van Gundy wants a timeout. So Charles Oakley with 9 points. Now with 7:14 remaining in the fourth, the Knicks still down by 6.
New York Rangers.
We care.
Mourning getting a touch. The jumper is good. Alonzo Mourning has 40. Timeout Nets. '94-83. 4:36 to play.
That timeout, that was on the message board. And the crowd here at Madison Square Garden during much of the timeout on their feet. A good portion of the crowd with a standing ovation. And as you mentioned, Clyde, it's nice to see Ewing getting some warmth from the fans. It hasn't always been there, despite the fact that, as we said last game, no one has played as hard as him night in and night out at both ends of the floor. And because of his private nature, sometimes he hasn't had the greatest relationship with fans. But whatever was there before seems to be thawing out. There's some legitimate warmth there.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Well-deserved is by Patrick Ewing. Thomas inside. Good denial by Carter. Now Thomas is open.
Thomas blocked by Carter, but a foul.
Thomas working diligently to get that post position.
Now, Ewing, as mentioned, goes into 15th place, and this is the man he passed, Adrian Dantley, who was a big-time scorer for many years.
Dantley only about 6'6", out of Notre Dame.
With Detroit and Dallas. Kurt Thomas hits the first free throw.
Danley's game was posting up, albeit he was diminutive by NBA standards for a postman, but very prolific.
That foul on Carter was his third. Thomas hits a pair of free throws. Once again, the Knicks excelling at the free throw line. They're 90%. They've hit 18 of 20. They've been excellent from the line in the last 3 games.
Now a little pressing and trapping by the Knicks. Someone is open.
Oakley will take the open jumper. Won't go. And Ewing the rebound.
Air ball for the Oakman.
Childs making his move. Thomas working hard to get it. He's calling for the ball down low. Thomas now fakes, drives in, foul, and goes down hard. But he'll go right back to the line.
The play was made by Childs. Childs went baseline. Thomas faked the ball to him, and that was how he was able to get a step on the other Thomas. And then he was whacked to the floor, so deja vu. Watch Childs go baseline. This is going to make the play. See the fake right there? That's how he got the step. So excellent fake by Thomas.
His eyes getting wide as he's calling for the ball. Thomas, who has been starting in place of Marcus Camby, getting the starting role in many occasions with Camby out. You see in the last 6 games, and the Knicks with Camby out in these 6 games of 4-2. Over 11 points, 55% shooting, rebounds over 9. He has really stepped up nicely with the extra minutes.
Yeah, his nemesis is fouls. He has 4 tonight. But now he's creating havoc for the Raptors, posting them inside.
Been said the last 2 years, Clyde, a very underrated player because he does a lot of things. He's versatile, good defender, unselfish.
Knicks pressing again. This is rare for the Knicks.
And they move within 2. Chance of defense. Antonio Davis inside, and he's mauled.
And that's what you do, attack to press. So that time, nice passing by the Raptors to find AD underneath.
3rd foul on Childs. A look of disgust from Van Gundy. 3rd team foul is Antonio Davis to the line, where he's 3 of 4 tonight. Antonio Davis at the line, 2 shots. As you mentioned, Clyde, Davis a 68% free throw shooter prior to this season for his career. Yet this season, just under 80%. That is a great improvement.
Yep. Practice and confidence. That's what you need from the line. And today is shameful the way guys shoot, not only in pro, but college and high school as well.
Davis short. Thomas tips it to Ewing. Knicks down by 3 with just under 6.5 remaining in the 4th.
Let's see when Houston is going to step up in this game. Right now they're featuring Thomas and Ewing.
Ewing calling for it with Oakley on him. Christie goes to double. Ewing spins, stripped by Oakley. Ball knocked loose. Charles Oakley's experienced defense forcing the turnover.
Oakley relentless on the D. They want Carter now. He has a one-on-one opportunity with Spree.
Sprewell right up on him. Carter one dribble and a foul before the shot. It won't count.
Thomas the culprit. So that's his 5th. Antonio Davis posted him inside. So Thomas, ill-advised foul.
All 5 of his fouls now in the second half. He will come out. Larry Johnson will check back in.
Again, when you're having a good game, why create that foul that's going to take you out of the game? We saw that earlier with Patrick, and now Thomas will take a seat.
8.6 boards for Kurt Thomas.
And he had been the interior presence for the Knicks.
Ewing out on Davis on the perimeter. Christie, you get the feeling he believes he can take Houston any time off the dribble. Houston playing him physically. Takes a whack with the shoulder and a 24-second violation. Mcgrady did not get it off in time.
Christie, the culprit, though, he held the ball too long. Just standing there holding it, and then the shot clock expired.
.545 remaining in the 4th. Knicks down by 3.
No fouls to give for either team.
Childs again getting all the minutes at point. Christie with the steal. Terrific defense from Doug Christie.
Redeeming himself for his previous blunder.
Now wants to post up. Houston trying to front, and a foul on Allen Houston. Houston is very frustrated because Christie's played him physical. Houston trying to fight back that way and gets called for his first person.
Now the Knicks will pay for their transgressions. They are in the penalty. You see those both guys 6'6", about 200 pounds. So Allen was doing a good job. See right there, he should ease up. He kept being aggressive, and he's charged with the foul.
So Christie to the line.
Christie, a native of Seattle. Was drafted by the Lakers, played at Pepperdine College. Yeah, this we saw Dennis Johnson there. He also played there. Johnson now coaching with the Clippers.
Raptors back up by 5. A little over 5 minutes remaining. Houston with Mcgrady on him. Ewing calling for it.
Oakley denied him previously, slapping the ball away.
This time no help on defense and a foul on Oakley before the shot. But the Raptors over the limit, so Ewing will go to the line as Oakley picks up his 4th.
Nice repertoire of moves by Ewing tonight. So that time a good stutter dribble to beat Oakley into the paint. He's also used the head fake to elude
3 to play in the 4th quarter. Alonzo Mourning has been every bit an all-star tonight with 40 points.
Trail now by 4.
Ewing's season high has been 25.
So a chance to tie that here with 5:05 remaining in the 4th.
Ooh, too long.
Knicks shooting well again from the line. That's their first miss in the second half, and we're now 7 of 8 in the 4th quarter from the line.
With just under 5 minutes remaining, free throw shooting will determine this game. You can see the slow pace. It has become a half-court game.
Especially the physical play.
Exactly.
Christie fakes Oakley. Pass inside to Antonio Davis. Tough shot. And gets the roll.
That's why you want to put an arc on your shot. Get it up, give it an opportunity to bounce in the basket.
And Jeff Van Gundy wants to talk it over. With 4:34 remaining in the 4th. Well, the Knicks have the ball, but they're down by 6 as they try to win their 4th in a row. They have to come from behind.
Reading your counters as you come up the show. They stretch the defense away from the rim with their good outside shooting, and there, bang, sickening.
Mourning now 13 of 13 from the field, and you may wonder, is that an NBA record? No, it is not. Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967, 18 of 18, 16 of 16, and 15 of 15, all in the same season.
Bailey Howell, that name there, little Mississippi State player, Celtic, Piston. Now this is one of those that you stay up at night if you're a coach.
43 points for Alonzo Mourning. And the final minute here in South Florida. Nets and Heat will meet one last time.
He did it.
And there is the miss for Mourning. 13 of 14. Marbury way off on a 3-point attempt. Alonzo was looking for more, but he will just have to settle for what he's got. Miami will win their first game of the season against the Nets in 3 tries.
Think they'll give him one more?
I don't think the Nets will.
Very unselfish.
Mashburn off the mark. And the ball tapped over to Kittles. Nets, 20 seconds remaining until they take a trip back to New Jersey. And a meeting with the Charlotte Hornets on Saturday night. Kittles holds. And time will expire. Back-to-back losses for the Nets. Last night to Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the Heat. New Jersey drops.
This out earlier. You don't like to go into a playoff matchup knowing a team did a good job on you during the regular season.
Yeah, you like to try to think mentally that you have the advantage.
Of course, the Knicks in the last game and this one without Marcus Camby. Sprewell well short, and Christie runs it down. Sprewell 6 of 16 from the field. But Christie once again having a strong game against his former team. Antonio Davis inside against Ewing, and Ewing has to foul him, and Ewing hurt himself.
Ewing, like Houston, not seeing the ball, man. They see the man, but they don't see the ball. And that's why guys have been able to go backdoor on him.
And Ewing still down. He's got 5 fouls.
After a splendid performance tonight by Patrick Ewing.
Now, right there, you saw the Knicks checking on whether or not they should send a trainer out and use a timeout. And Ewing is just going to hobble off.
I think he just caught a knee in his quadricep. or his hamstring, one of those.
That's his 5th foul. Thomas will come back in.
Ewing, ever the warrior. See, he limps off the court. Let's take a look at it. See, he never saw the ball. And watch. Well, we can't see from that angle, but he never saw the ball. So Antonio Davis just went back door and was able to draw the foul.
So Mike Saunders quickly attending.
And that's crucial for the Knicks because Ewing was providing offense. Thomas providing offense. He's back in the game. He has 5 fouls.
Davis, a big free throw. They're stretching out the left leg, whether it be up the quad, as you said.
Knicks a propensity for squandering these down the stretch. Now we'll have to suck it up and try to overcome this deficit.
And the Raptors up by 8 with just over 4 minutes remaining. This is the largest lead for the Raptors in the second half and equals for the game. Allen Houston has been quiet.
Frustrating night for Houston because of that man, Christie.
Fall back, puts it in. Allen Houston knocks it down. That's just his first point of the 4th quarter.
That might get him going, though. See, the Raptors ever patient. They are just content to milk the clock, play the half-court game.
Oakley has Childs on him. Oakley not known for his post-up, and Childs has to foul him.
Childs has been exploited all evening. Christie earlier posted him up. Now the 6'9" Oak man.
And Oakley will go to the line. Oakley has turned himself into a very good free throw shooter, and Ewing's going to come back in.
Ewing showing good resiliency over there.
Oakley to the line for the first time tonight. He's had a nice all-around game. 9 points, 6 boards, 6 assists for Oakley.
And the intangibles that he brings to the game. Those are the things you won't see on the stat sheet. How many times he harassed Ewing. How many times he double-teamed against penetrators on the D.
Childs will sit down as Ewing re-enters.
And this is the evolution of this game, folks. Childs is 6'3". Tonight has been overmatched. These guys are so tall today. Christie 6'6". So every time Childs has been in the game, they've been looking to take him inside.
Oakley hits a pair. Knicks down by 8 again. 3.5 remaining in the 4th.
Carter now on Houston.
Thomas has Christie on him. Thomas wanting the ball. Houston steps back, puts it up. Shot is good. Allen Houston back-to-back jumpers, and the next one in 6.
Houston starting to percolate.
Houston had been quiet through the second half.
They need some turnovers. Carter baseline.
And Johnson bumped him. Vince Carter will shoot some free throws as Larry Johnson picks up his 3rd.
Raptors are just too elusive right now for the Knicks.
Glad you said it a couple of minutes ago. By the way this game was going, the free throw line will determine the winner.
Yep, both teams in the penalty. 3:03 remaining as we go down the stretch. Look at the numbers for Carter. Averaging 32 a game against the Knicks in the 2 contests.
And it's the first one. He's shooting just under 80% from the line for the season. That's just his 3rd point in the 4th quarter, but he has 27 points and a career high tying 9 assists.
Last season's Rookie of the Year. This season's Slam Dunk champion.
Misfires that time.
So Carter surely on the threshold of greatness. Can he handle the manner of Michael Jordan?
Knicks down 7. Houston on Christie. Kicks it out to Ewing. Ewing the jumper. Off the mark. And a good rebound from Carter in traffic.
Saw that shot too flat by Patrick.
Knicks need stops as we approach 2.5 minutes remaining.
Raptors rarely turn the ball over. Like the Knicks, they're very stingy with that ball. Carter wants the screen. Now he gets inside.
And Thomas has just fouled out.
Yep. See, that's just a foolish foul by Thomas.
8 points, 7 rebounds. Thomas fouls out in 27 minutes. And Kurt Thomas fouls out for the 3rd time this season. Timeout with 2:29 remaining in the 4th. Knicks down 7. The Knicks right now in a hole.
And the free throw shooting starting to determine the game. Both teams excellent from the line, among the leaders. So previously the Knicks with the foul. Carter at the line for 2 as he spun along the baseline to draw the foul. Carter, native Daytona Beach, Florida. Of course, he went to North Carolina, but Jamison got all the press there. But Carter has turned out to be the player in the NBA.
And lead back up to 8. Carter enjoying it. He's got 28. Make it 29, and this is the largest lead of the game for the Raptors.
And the Knicks in some trouble now. Houston's starting to find the range. He should be the featured player now.
Ewing against Oakland. Ewing across the lane, off balance shot. That was not a good one. And Carter comes up with it.
Yeah, he's going to have trouble going inside. They're like double, triple teaming him.
Nobody back to Carter with authority.
Carter with the windmill. And no one saw him as he went diagonally to the paint.
And this game slipping away for the Knicks here in the fourth quarter. Larry Johnson steps back. It's far too early to start thinking you have to hit threes. Sprewell, though, will put it up. That shot off the mark. Christie the rebound. And under 2 minutes remaining, some of the fans now heading for the exits.
Yep, the Knicks have that look like they're not going to come out of this one.
And the Raptors on the verge of taking a 2-1 season series lead.
That's why the Raptors are an enigma. You never know how they will go from night to night. So they lost 3 straight games before coming in here with this performance.
There you see again the bench numbers. Knick bench without Charlie Ward, without Marcus Camby. The Knicks a little thin. You see John Wallace, no shots in 10 minutes, which might be a record for him. As Sprewell gets inside. Houston fakes the 3. Now trying to find Ewing. Ewing double team. 8 on the shot clock, and Mcgrady a silly foul.
What is he doing?
But Clyde, even without, I mean, certainly the Knicks miss Marcus Camby and Charlie Ward, and especially with Camby against this team, the matchup would be a lot different. But this would be a very difficult opponent for the Knicks just because of the certain matchups and the size and quickness in the backcourt.
Yeah, and their defense, Christie against Houston and Sprewell against Carter. So those are tough matchups for both guys.
Muggsy Bogues comes in, as does John Wallace for the Knicks. Ewing is done for the night. 24 points, 10 boards for Ewing.
Bogues is going to provide some stability in the backcourt. So he's a career leader in assist to turnover ratio is Muggsy Bogues. And again, of course, leading the league this year in that statistic.
Sprewell hits the free throws. Knicks down by 9, 1:15 remaining.
Oh, they should have doubled him there. It was an excellent opportunity right in the corner by the timeline.
Carter giving it up, taking as much time off the clock. Smart move here by the Toronto Raptors, who have played a superb road game tonight. Carter, foul on Wallace, and Vince Carter will shoot a couple more. Wallace just smiles at the referee, but he is clearly a foul.
So the hacking and whacking looked like it might cost the Knicks the game tonight. They were not able to deny these Raptors other than sending them to the free throw line. This man has made about 4 consecutive, well, 3 out of 4, looking for 2 more now.
A great all-around game for Vince Carter. Now with 32 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and he does not have a turnover.
32 points, right at his season average against the Knicks.
Had 36 against the Knicks in the first game here, and then had 29 last week in Toronto. And now 33. The Knicks have not found an answer.
He erupted in the 3rd quarter, and that kind of wiped out the Knicks.
Houston, 3-pointer won't go. Muggsy Bogues tries to
Look at
handle
the
it.
effort there by the Raptors.
Bogues and Carter able to come up with it.
Yeah.
And a very impressive performance as the Raptors, their losing streak will end at 3. And the Knicks, their winning streak will end at 3.
And their dominance at home. So the Knicks have been feasting on teams here, but not tonight.
Knicks had won 5 in a row at home, 11 of 12, as Bogues throws up the air ball with 21.1 seconds remaining. And a smile from Muggsy.
He can laugh because they have the lead in this game, so he can laugh it off.
So the up-and-coming Toronto Raptors and the ever-improving Vince Carter are going to be trouble, not just for the Knicks, but really anyone. They've beaten some good teams, Clyde. They've already this year, they've beaten most of the top teams in the NBA. As Larry Johnson misfires, they've beaten the Knicks obviously twice. Indiana, San Antonio, they beat the LA Lakers, Utah, Sacramento, Seattle, Miami, almost all the top teams. And a big road victory here tonight. Final seconds, John Thomas, and that'll do it. And the Knicks, a disappointing loss to the Raptors here at Madison Square Garden. And the winning streak ends at 3. Vince Carter, magnificent once again.
Yeah, majestic player. That man, Oakman, again, the A solid player, too, on the glass, giving them second opportunities. So the fans got what they wanted tonight from Carter. Actually, they saw a tremendous performance by him, some nice dunk shots, but their Knicks were not able to come away victorious tonight.
And the Knicks get outscored in the second half, 57-41, especially the tail end of the third quarter. Charles Oakley, another strong all-around game. Once again, the final score, the Raptors 99 and the Knicks 88.